Let's jump into our next story. A Dubai resident raises a valid point of how one should behave around dogs.
So in a city like Dubai, where dog-friendly place is about, it's essential for children and adults alike to be mindful of their approach. Speaking of which, a Reddit post by a pet owner in Dubai struck a chord with dog lovers worldwide, urging parents to teach their children how to behave around doggos. So this discussion shed light on the importance of recognizing dogs' emotions, seeking permission, and respecting boundaries.
So like humans, animals also experience joy, fear, anxiety, and love, and approaching them abruptly or invading their personal space can trigger a roller coaster of emotions. You know, imagine if I went up to you, I was a stranger, I was like, hey, can I pet your head? It would trigger some emotions. So that may result in nervousness, aggression, and even alarm. So understanding that dogs are emotional beings deserving of respect and space is the first step towards fostering these positive reactions.
So from scent and demeanor to even the color of one's shirt, anything could trigger an anxious dog when being approached by a stranger. The Reddit post titled, "Dear parents, please teach your children how to behave around dogs," goes on to state, "We love these animals and want to share the love with other people. Just know that this responsibility falls on both of our shoulders. Teaching your children to be considerate of animals isn't doing us any favors, rather it's teaching your children how to be a better person overall."
Obviously, it brings up some debate. The topic was brought up after the author faced an incident of their own where a child lunged towards his adopted dog who gets nervous around people. And I actually had a similar situation to this before. On a precautionary note, the resident added, "Continue like this and there will be a day when a dog may end up hurting your child."
So it's important to be mindful of the fact that dogs are not public property. Even if a dog's on a leash, it doesn't grant a universal license for everyone to start touching and playing with them. By observing their body language and keeping a respectful distance, one can honor their boundaries. And I think that last sentence is well said. It literally is about understanding how the dog's reacting to you and how you could approach a dog. And I feel like in a country like this or in the GCC, like, it's like, obviously they're dog-friendly countries, but they're not, you don't see dogs out as frequently as you would in Europe or in the States, or, you know, like a part of its culture, a part of its, I don't know, there's many factors that play into it. So you're not necessarily aware of like how to, it's scary, like, especially if you're a kid, you can either really enjoy it or really get terrified. So it's a sticky situation. So I think it's just like the parents also having the kid on the leash potentially, you know? A metaphorical leash.
I think you're right. I think there should be education there. I think in some places you go, Dubai has become a lot more dog friendly, and there's a lot more restaurants and even neighborhoods that are definitely kind of considered dog friendly. I think it's on the onus of both parties, and also this was titled, "Dear Parents, please tell your children how to approach dogs." I actually think it's, if as people, I don't think there's an age frame, because if you see a cute dog, you might just go and approach it.
Everyone does it.
But that's not okay. What we need to do, if you're going to approach a dog, whatever age you are, when you go up, you say, "Hi, is it okay if I pet your dog?"
Yeah.
And then it's on the onus of the dog owner to say, "Actually, my dog is in training, so I'd rather not." Or, "Sure, go ahead, they love the cuddles." So it's not actually just about teaching kids, it's about teaching adults as well.
Yeah.
They need to know that you can't just approach dogs, because a lot of these adopted dogs, there's so many rescues in the city, they are nervous, they do tend to be anxious, and they do get triggered by kind of someone coming to the door, you know?
Even
children, because they're small humans, they're used to bigger humans. There's a lot of things that can trigger anxious dogs, and it's on the owner to be aware, so to be constantly maybe training, and also, but for anyone who's going to approach a dog, you should be respectful.
Well said. I have nothing else to say, like, you said that perfectly. But you said you had a similar situation that happened to you?
Yeah. Ooh, tricky one. My dog got triggered in by children, basically. So all good in social environments, good around other dogs, but gets triggered by children. And I was holding on to her leash, and there was a child nearby, and she just ran, but I obviously wasn't holding on strong enough. And my dog, the child actually wasn't trying to approach, but my dog just kind of really went. And thankfully, the child was okay. The mom was relaxed about it, so therefore it didn't kind of cause any kind of extra drama, which would have upset the child more. And then we just had to kind of go into the training a lot more to make sure, and we
Yeah.
didn't go back there again.
Never went in that park again.
It's really tricky because obviously you have to then obviously be mindful from that day forward of animals in social situations. There might be kids around because it's the kids that are triggering. So yeah.
Yeah, like the kids don't know
that
any
was
better.
my fault 100% because I didn't hold on to the leash and she ran.
You know what? It happens. We live, we learn, and that's what this Reddit post is all about. You know.
Yeah, and thankfully all was okay, apart from me, which was not left in that. Okay.